Hello and welcome to Windraker Adventure on the High Seas, Episode 9. For those of you who are wondering why Episode 9 and not 8, it's because 8 happened last week and Twitch did not manage to save it. So, unfortunately, the best episode of Windraker is lost to the ether. It was a good episode. It was one of my favorite episodes. Um, But anyhow, to recap, basically what happened was they our adventurers continued on their adventure from where they were picking up the statue of Lear up to this volcano up here. Um, they stopped in this place that I named, but am not going to attempt to pronounce because it's wrong. Gais Gaisi di Ganku. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I really should have. But they snuck around to the back of the Shaishi Island here, and they daringly sailed their ship through the dangers protecting the island, and wound up scaling the backside of the volcano where they got to the top and found a temple sort of deal that seemed to have been producing Shaishi's legendary black steel. Um, and it seemed that in order to do that, they had the third dragon statue, the statue of Vulcan, uh, set up as a shrine before the smithy. Um, they kind of fought their way in. There wasn't a whole lot of defenses, what with it being thought that no outsider was even going to get here, or really anybody who wasn't supposed to be here. So the defenses were light. They cut through. They managed to take a few of the Shaishi blacksmiths, mostly out of fear because, well, they were going to get executed either way. So they opted to go with the pirates. The pirates took the statue of Vulcan, and with a large army at their heels, they just barely escaped from the Shaishi Island, and they are now sailing south. Does anybody have any important character developments that happened last time that they would like to share? That's yeah, that he did wind up making that decision. Although it was pretty brilliant. Yep, that did happen. All right, so the yeah, silk, like a decent chunk of like silk capes. Right, right. All right. So, I believe we pick up and y'all are sailing south to meet the Turner flotilla.
Arr. Looks like we navigated and ship handled in the last session.
Yes, and I was about to talk to our new blacksmith friend
Okay.
sometime during the voyage.
What's his wind like? Just before we get going. Whereabouts will the Turner flotilla be in like a week's time?
Oh, in like a week's time, you would expect the Turner flotilla to be like round about here.
And are those winds accurate?
Yes, I even just changed them.
Oh, sick. We are going to be hauling, boy.
All right. So, you guys have just left. Um, and
Whatever happened to that lady?
what lady?
Our kidnapped lady?
Right. She's still on the ship.
Oh, it's going to take exactly 1 week to get to where the Turner flotilla should be in 1 week.
Nice. Well, that's good timing.
You mean like you'll be where it should be? Because if I'm not looking
Yeah,
at Alex.
yeah. You can't go direct. You cannot fly directly to the moon. You have to go to where the moon's going to be.
That's very true.
If you fly,
That's yep. Yep, that's very true.
it's a good Apollo astronaut documentary there. It's by Ron Howard, and Buzz Aldrin's a massive nerd, and he just talks about that about 100,000 times. Everyone makes fun of Buzz Aldrin in that film.
Because he's kind of an adorable nerd.
I'm digesting. I apologize.
Okay, yes. So yeah, you guys have set sail and are headed south.
Alright, well, like I said, I'm gonna. I didn't really need to talk much about it, but I wanted to get all of the information I could out of these guys in a friendly, possible manner and see if they'd be willing to stick aboard. So basically, I'm trying to be like super nice, welcoming, I see these guys as a money making opportunity that we could, use.
Exploit.
Yeah, exploit. Because we have. How much of the metal did we get? You never told us exactly how much we got.
I did. I'm
You
pretty
did?
sure I said it was a
Yeah,
60-pound bounce.
Oh, 60 pounds,
yeah.
sorry.
And then I wrote 60 pounds because he told us it was 60.
Sorry. I forgot. I thought he didn't. Anyway, but I'm trying to play nice that we have, people that can make things for us. So, what would you like? Fast talk, public speaking, and probably not public speaking. Like,
Maybe try talking first.
I didn't. It's something we didn't need to role play. I was just trying to, unless you want to.
I mean, this seems like a perfect opportunity to roleplay in our role-playing game.
Okay. Just didn't even know if it was necessary or not. In my, is it accented or accented alphabet? Or not alphabet. Shai Chi. Um, I will say, uh, whoa, welcome aboard.
They're they're all really shaky. They're all really nervous. Um, looking around. They they just deserted their country and committed treason and all that jazz. So yeah, they're like, uh, uh, what what did we do? Like, what did you do?
Well, in order of question, you ran away from a flaming volcano and a horde of people that seemed to be wanting to kill you. What we did is uh, find the dragon statue that we need so we don't die a horrible, painful death.
You you stole the relic. We
Exactly, so we don't die a horrible, painful death.
Well, yes, but do you have any idea what you have just done to the future of Shaishi? You've doomed so many people.
How so? I just pull out my notepad.
It 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 was the power of Vulcan that was holding back that volcano.
Mm-hmm.
Who who knows when it will next erupt? But the last 60 years since having been blessed to have found Vulcan, the the volcano has remained dormant. It it blessed us with the ability to produce our steel from the heart of the volcano. You've you've
Interesting.
you've doomed the whole nation.
Should have put one of the six guards to watch it at first.
I was thinking that. I'm just jotting down notes now. I'm being interesting. Okay. Well, the fact is this is a stolen relic from
The heathens to the east?
Indeed. I kind of narrow my eyes at them. Heathens. Sure.
Well, surely if they lost it, they were not deserving of it in the first place.
I gotta look at my disadvantages again. I don't remember what exactly they are.
You're just not going to translate that part to anyone.
Oh, I wasn't transporting it. I'm translating any of it. This is a private conversation.
Okay.
I'll just kind of nod and go, well, you are all here now because you joined our pirate crew instead of committing suicide. So you can either help us leave at a future dock. We are not you are not beholden to us in any ways, nor are you slaves. But it'd probably be a good idea considering you don't speak the language. You don't, and you'll find no one out here other than I and uh, Alshikek there, or Alphanik,
Alphinic.
Alphanik, Alphanik. However do you pronounce it? And or we can maybe you could try to charter passage back home, but that might not be the best idea for you.
No,
Anyway,
we absolutely cannot go back home.
well then, uh, this is a working ship, so if you choose to stay on board, you are required to be productive. With that, either be swabbing the decks, uh, and I'll list off all the different things they can be doing, that are available. I mean, we are in need of blacksmiths, and you do seem to be well trained blacksmiths.
Yes, we are the best in. We're the best in Shai-Shi.
Excellent. Well, for now, take a load off. We can talk to the captain about your. Actually, no, I'm the quartermaster. I'm the one in charge of duties. But in a day or two, you will need to start pulling your weight. So think about your options. Did you need a roll or
No.
okay? And then I'll wave and let those xenophobic bastards brood and feel bad about themselves.
Okay. So that was that. Who else? Nobody nobody has anything for the return journey?
I guess I'll talk to mom.
I've not much to say other than practice with your rapier.
Well, I was gonna
Ye-
let you. That you just I walk up and you say practice with your rapier.
I
I kind of not glare, but give you that look.
you've needed the skill so many times already since we got the skull.
And I am a trained medical assistant, which we have needed a number of times too. And I'm kind of like look at you and go. Anyway, I talked to them, and apparently this thing was holding back the fire of the volcanoes.
Mayhaps it was, mayhaps it wasn't.
That's what they say. And given what these things have been shown to be able to do, I wouldn't. I am inclined to start believing it.
Well, it was not theirs to begin with.
No. It seems I'm betting they're going to join the crew and work the metal, but know that they are xenophobic dicks.
Some time aboard this boat may change that. We'll see how they are once we arrive at the flotilla.
Nod. And that's it.
All right.
Still not doing my sword training.
You just go to reading. I'm reading about rapiers. God.
No, that's boring.
All right. So,
I
Alfie
mean,
Nick.
combination of compulsive behavior, reading, and laziness dictates that screw that. I'm not training with swords.
Fair enough. Your mother just gets angrier and angrier. All right. Brain damage. Got anything?
Brain damage is going to be keeping an eye on the blacksmiths. I'm not sure they have any seafaring experience, so it's going to be fun to watch how they try to walk.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, there. No, carry on.
Oh, yeah. I was just confirming. Like they are not comfortable. Like by the end of the first day, they are very clearly just puking. Like cannot keep their food down. Like zero appetite at all. And yeah, they are not happy right now. It does wind up taking them a couple of days, but eventually they kind of start chilling out. Water stays down, getting used to it. Um, Luke, what did you have?
I was gonna say once we've come around the islands where Puerto Clare is, like a couple of days out from the flotilla, maybe. I, Sanyo, damage, daughter, ghostly shell of grog that doesn't speak today. We should gather. I want to see that blood map again and the pendulum at work over it. I want to see
Very
if that
well.
statue is in the same place. There was a rumor, was there not? I recall someone said that word was it was in the hands of some fierce pirate of whom I had not heard of before.
I probably would have been checking that map, not obsessively, but at least once a day. But I'll pull it out.
Oh, okay.
Has it been moving?
It absolutely has been moving.
Where is it now?
It is now.
Okay, so from there to there, so about 2,500 kilometers ish.
Aye, so 'tis no doubt on a boat, or perhaps in some fish's belly. Let us hope it is not the latter. God, I hope it's not in a fish's belly.
I love when you give the GM ideas.
It's been traveling this way though, so my best guess is they're actually probably going to be traveling to one of these 4 towns.
Keep tracking it every day.
I
I
have been.
want exact bearings. I want to try and match it to more accurate charts that we've got and track it there every 24 hours. When we're getting closer, it'll need to be every 6 hours. We gotta find this thing and we gotta find it fast. We've less than a month to go. I'm already losing my strength. Most of the crew are
Yeah,
practically enfeebled.
actually, and I was going to be getting to that, so I'm sorry for interrupting you, Luke. But yeah, everybody, you are starting to really feel the effect, and so at this point, the tattoo has now begun crawling onto your chest. Like it is all the way up your arms, and it is like coming up your chest, on your shoulders, and kind of on the back. And it's starting to consume you. And yes, you are all feeling the fatigue of it. The ship, the crew, um, they are definitely all starting to feel fatigued. You're noticing sloppier work, um, and just the general signs of fatigue. People are sleeping in. People are actually like you're you
Sneeze! Sneeze!
um y'all could hear that through Tara's mic.
I got the last one through Tara's mic.
Okay. Um but yes, you are all starting to feel the fatigue. The crew, they're sleeping in, and most notably, there's a good chunk of crew who are like not drinking. Like
The
the
fuck?
the rum is like not disappearing nearly as quick as it normally does. Um so yeah, that's that.
It's no good. We have no time to waste.
No, you do not. So, I'm sorry, Luke. I interrupted you. If you would like to finish your.
No, no, we're about done.
Okay.
Yeah, just check it daily. We got to bear down on it, and we've got to do it as quick as we can.
Okay.
Is the Turner flotilla around here when we get here?
It is not.
No.
Nope, it is not. What there is you do wind up spotting like a couple of broken boards and some barrels, and there's like a Jolly
Danny,
Roger flag floating in the water there.
what the chill goes down my spine.
Well, that's disconcerting.
Double check the charts. They should be here though.
Um,
I want to roll another navigation.
you
Success by 8, potentially more if we're in clear weather anyway.
you are, and you should be in the exact right spot. Like you should have hit them without altering course. Um, and it is at about this point that you start hearing shouts from the crow's nest. Um, Smoke on the horizon!
Which way in the horizon?
It is coming from this direction.
Well, do we want to check that out?
Already on it. Just looking up ship handling. That's seamanship. What would my ship handling have been? -3. Only 14, I think. Still a failure. But that should mean it just takes me a bit longer to turn around, given the stability rating is.
Yeah, you managed to bring it to bear. It'll take a little longer to get to where you're wanting to go, but yeah, you can swing it around. It's not really a hard maneuver anyway.
Load the guns! Everyone prepare your arms!
A fight? Why are we looking at it?
Sorry, what?
Why are we looking at?
A fight.
We need to know what happened here. It may not be a fight, but we need to be prepared. We can outrun anything that might be there.
Alright, I will be.
Also,
In my
we've
bed.
only got a week's worth
Wake
of
me-
food left.
Awake me when we are.
Aren't you the epic swordsman? Shouldn't you be ready for your fight?
I have never claimed to be the best fighter in the world. And I am incredibly tired. I am dying.
I just give you a look. And mumble to myself, we're all dying. No, he's got to be Mr. Prissy Pants about it.
Eh,
Petulant child.
yeah, right.
I'll also hand off the helm to I forgot his name again. Armando.
Armando.
Armando. Take the helm. And I gonna run to the front of the boat, pull out my spyglass, and take aim on the smoke ahead.
Okay.
So I can ignore. Oh, I hopefully wrote this down in my inventory. Yes, I can ignore -4 in range penalty once I've zoomed in on a target. Otherwise, -2 to spot something in general
Oh,
is what I can
damn.
ignore.
Okay.
+10 if it's in plain sight. Success by 3.
Okay, yeah. So you do start catching up with the smoke, and you see that it is it's it
What's that?
it
Ooh.
it's a ship, and it looks mighty familiar. Um, and it takes you a couple of seconds to really suss it out. But the difficult thing is once you realize what it is from underneath all the rigging and the planking that was strapped to the side. This is the admiral's the ship the admiral was on the flotilla. Just
It's like the center of the flotilla, but broken from it.
yes,
Is it sinking? Is it
it
stable?
it's smoking, and
It's on fire.
from your maps and your navigation, they've got a direct course going to here. Like they are sailing straight for that.
Is that like a pirate harbor?
More like an unaffiliated farming community.
So it's about to be a pirate harbor.
Yeah.
All right, get ready to aid.
I will. Oh God, what is the
I'll shout
flag
out.
skill?
What is the what skill?
Oh, the flag communication?
Yeah,
Semaphore?
semaphore. Is that even a
I'm not,
skill?
not got any books open. What a loser.
I'm pretty sure that would fall into crewman or ship handling.
Almost definitely, yeah.
Uh,
I think semaphore might be a technique, but I can't remember.
But the question is, who is manning that ship?
well, I assume I could. What do you call it? Like, do a call sign kind of thing in flags if we're close enough to each other. You know,
It's,
like
it's bound to be seamanship.
crew seamanship.
Yeah.
I would honestly argue crewman more than seamanship.
Well, I have
But the-
crewmen.
Seamanship is the specialist of crewmen for
Yeah.
Oh,
a
is it?
rigged boat.
Oh, okay. Then
Well, I will grab the flags, and once we get close enough, I'll do the call sign because I would imagine there's some like the willow falls in the forest or something like that, and then they respond something back.
um
That's not how some.
yeah.
Oh,
Coded semaphore.
is there a semaphore like
Like a pirate semaphore?
yeah like there's something a call sign like are you who you say you are? Here's proving we're who you say we are, kind of thing.
Uh
Because if so,
There's-
I'd like to do that.
They had different flags that meant different things, such as like we need help, or we need food, or we want to trade, or
yeah.
Like-
Actually, um there is. We're just going to say there is. And the pirate code on that is displaying it wrong in a certain fashion.
All right. Well, I did the thing. Made it by 9.
Uh,
so you're saying they've got a suspicious flag flying then?
yes, they have got a trader's flag like reversed, like it's hung backwards to how it's supposed to be. So it could be an honest mistake, but yeah, it pretty much just says the pirate code for like SOS, SOS.
Yeah, it's the pirates, and they need our help.
Nothing strange about the flag.
I mean, it's strange about the flag in all the right ways.
I want to head them off. I want to pass in front of them to get a look aboard.
Okay, so kind of like float beside them and kind of get around them and.
I don't want to be alongside them at any point because I don't want to get shot to shit if there's guns on.
Okay, so outside of the range of their cannons.
If I'm alongside, but I want to pass close enough to see aboard the deck by going in front of them, So we've got a shot on them, but them not on us from the broadside, which we should be able to achieve if they head into that island.
Yeah, you can. I don't know how you're gonna get past them without at some point being to their broadside.
Oh no, yeah, I understand that, but
Okay.
I just want to be in a position where I can see their deck.
It's your broadside versus their forward
beam.
guns.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can achieve that. That's not actually all that hard, considering the speed of your ship and.
Vision checks, I assume.
Yes.
I'm gonna pass Castana the fancy spyglass.
Okay.
Tell me what you see aboard, girl.
I already rolled.
Mega success.
Yeah, so on board, you definitely see her, and she is like on the beam, like waving at you guys. And like on the deck, it's a very full deck. Like there are a lot of people on board this ship.
It's the admiral and the survivors of the flotilla. It looks like they need assistance. They're super on fire, right? Or not on fire,
No,
but
they're not like on fire. There's just like things that are
Smoke pouring from
smoldering
it.
that they can't quite get out.
they're full to the
Probably
brim.
due to overcrowding.
They're full to the brim. They need our help, Mother.
Aye, and I'll immediately turn the ship to get alongside it and let it catch us up. Raise all sails. We're gonna let them come alongside.
Yeah, the crew immediately jumps to, and
I forgot to include the handling, but success by 4 after handling penalties.
Okay, yeah, you're totally fine. Yeah, you
And hopefully they can just jump on. But their waterline, they may be closer to the waterline than us right now, given the fullness.
given the fullness of their ship and the possible disrepair and sinking nature of their ship.
Mm-hmm. But just whoever can jump off, do it quick.
Yeah, they start coming up alongside you, but they're not really like slowing down for you. And
all right, now sails back up, grapple.
Yeah, when you start getting closer, you start hearing faintly over the wind, like we're gonna keep moving.
Yeah, I expected as much.
Yeah, and then so you guys kind of unfurl your sails and start matching speed, and eventually you get like next to each other. If you want, you could probably communicate as you're attempting to match speed.
Aye.
And actually,
someone signal him.
Do you look at me again?
You've got the flags in your hand.
Okay. I will talk to them. How may we assist?
Uh, we need repair crews.
Ready repair crews!
Point at Alfinic. You heard him.
Aye, aye.
Take the Smiths. They have the best strength.
They cannot understand a word.
But Alphanique can.
Yeah.
Take the lumber.
Okay, I'll go grab the Smiths and I instruct them.
Get.
Well, we're gonna go
This
there,
is
help fix that ship.
this is probably still happening like 50 to 100 kilometers away from land, right?
Yeah. You're like a half a day out to land, but you can see that even in the time that you first saw them to now, like they've lost about a foot of depth. Like, so they're probably not gonna quite make it, because yes, the ship is quite a bit lower than it should be.
All non-essential sailors to that ship now. It has to reach land.
Ready the under deck for for medical treatment.
Yeah.
There's leadership to get people moving.
Yep. That's exactly what we need. Tara, let's see. Leadership for yours.
I don't have it. What's default to?
IQ minus something.
I'm getting there.
I am close. God, GURPS, why you gotta have so many skills?
IQ minus 5.
5. Cool. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So a chunk of the crew starts going below decks and setting up the triage. You start hearing clanging and clattering as the table gets tossed aside and hammocks and shit start coming out, and yeah, they're just getting ready for triage. Um, and I'm sorry, Luke, what was your order? You're just getting repair
Everyone
crews?
who's not involved in sailing our ship right now to go across and start repairing theirs.
Okay, yeah. So you guys do finally like pull kind of side by side. You get your grapples and ropes and everything, and you guys are sailing along nicely close to each other, and yeah, your repair crews just start hauling over to the other side. Alfinic, you got to get those smithies motivated and tell them what's up.
Have them carry the lumber across. Hold nails.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys come with me. We're gonna help fix that ship.
We don't know anything about fixing ships.
Doesn't matter. You follow me and do it as I say.
We do not take orders from a trader. Shao, we are traders now. Kind of holds his head down, and yeah, they just defeatedly march over to the other ship. Just gonna say it now. They're not a lot of help. Like,
Well, they can carry the lumber, so
that's
that
true.
already
That's
helped.
true. They are smiths, so they're rather strong.
They can carry
And
stuff and hold stuff in place while Well, with nailed.
And yeah, Laura approaches you, Castana, not Castana, Annabelle, and just says they came out of nowhere.
Who?
The trail fleet. They just came out of nowhere. I don't even know how they knew where we were.
I grit my teeth and like spit. What are your supplies like?
Low.
I think we'll be raiding this island when we get there. Do you have any reckoning on their defenses?
I mean, my charts say it's a farming community, so
Perhaps instead of jumping immediately to murder and pillage, we could have a conversation with them about their options and find a more peaceful way to get the farmers to give us everything that we need without anyone dying.
If they're independent, then that'd be the best way to go about it, aye. But if there's trail authority there, then they will not be negotiating with pirates.
Kill the trial officers, and then the farmers will have to give you what they have.
Is your ship gonna make it?
she shakes her head. No, we've
Is it
been
gonna make it to land?
with your help. We hope, because there is no way we're putting everybody on this ship on your ship.
We could take 80 at the most.
I've got 400. Also, you know that there was like 2,000, 3,000 aboard that flotilla.
Did any other ships from the flotilla make?
We barely made it ourselves. I don't know.
We can hold more survivors if we leave the diving bell.
That's true.
That thing's worth so much money, though.
Well, it were these that were going to pay us for
Hi,
it, and I
Terra the
doubt.
Capitalist.
In fact, let me double check because we could probably fit like 100 people aboard, but it would not be comfortable.
I mean, it doesn't look particularly comfortable on this other ship either. And it happens to be sinking it on fire, so.
I think they will take lack of comfort over drowning.
Yeah.
Start getting people across to this ship. We're going to switch to a tow.
We've got some lifeboats. We could probably get the overflow on those.
Aye.
But we're going to have to leave just about every good on board this ship.
There's only a week's worth of food aboard mine, so let's hope that farming community has got all we'll need. Best not turn out that they farm in tobacco.
Nope, just sugar.
Oh!
Yeah, so she starts giving the orders, and everybody starts evacuating over to your ship.
That's some loud purring.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody starts moving over to your ship. They start lowering, lifeboats and what have you into the water and start roping them off to one another, putting them behind your ship.
Oof.
Pretty much like in the way of personal sundries, like everybody can only like wind up taking what they can carry in a bag on their back, which for the most part is okay because that's all just about anybody's managed to save a couple of sundries, basically. Um,
Luckily, we got the money from those paintings already.
hey, yeah. Um, and yeah, it takes you a good 2 hours. Um, and yeah, your repair crews are working as best they can, but there are numerous large holes in the bottom decks, and they're very hard to get to because everything you're doing is underwater at this point.
But can
So,
we hold off as long as to get us to the beach there?
uh, like this ship is not making it another 150 kilometers. Like it will be underwater by the time you get to this island.
I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna go up to the go down below deck after I'm finished doing some medicine. Go to the water statue and be like, "Listen, we're trying to get you back home. More, uh, and more than anything, you give us a hand getting both these ships to that island, and I will make sure to triple my efforts."
Triple? What were you doing before, you fucking slacker?
I'm trying to start you. This is a Hail Mary, I think is the correct term. Football analogy, sports ball analogy. But anyway, I'm trying talking to a damn statue.
Yeah, and that turns out about as effective as talking to a statue.
Okay.
Like it doesn't do anything. It just sits there. Um,
All right. I can try one more thing, but it might not go well.
You had to ask it to bring the sharks and the kraken to lift the ship.
and then all of a sudden, from the depths, you are attacked by a giant sea monster.
Yay!
Annabelle, how far away is the island?
Uh, check the charts. How far away is it, James?
At
If it
this point, you're about 100 kilometers out.
100 kilometers out, so
Alright, but that is what the island is. The ocean floor, the perhaps the island is not jutting out of the bottom of, but is part of a larger, shallower area. Perhaps if we hit it at the, we can beach the ship in the low tide and begin to ferry people from the shallow waters to the island.
is there an option, James?
Um,
Like, would we be able to beach that boat somewhere nearby where it doesn't completely?
you might be able to get it close enough to the island to achieve that. Like you're gonna have to leave a crew on it to sail it there. But without all the weight of all those people,
But my thoughts were pretty much put 400 people on our ship. We've got the weight for it. There just won't be any room to move. Have everyone that can bilge in on that other ship, stop repairs now, and we tow it and try and just keep it half not sunk for 8 hours. Is that possible?
well, let's see if your roles can back it up. So I think we'll need a leadership role and a seamanship role.
Perhaps also navigation sea.
Yeah, navigation C. And then I think we're gonna do the same thing. We need a whole bunch of people to make. Let's do what we did for the rocks. Actually,
I
let's do
I can do navigation.
so we're gonna need some perceptions and some seamanships and see how many successes we get. Yeah, that's actually I'll definitely take that. It's 3. Let's see a leadership.
I mean,
Luke?
looks like Annabelle did the.
Rolled a leadership, it would success by 10 above
Oh,
brain damages.
oh, there it is. I missed it. I'm sorry. Yeah, and then okay, yeah. You it's some rough, stressful sailing, but you do manage to get to a little sandbar like 20 kilometers off the northern area of this island, and you manage to beach the ship. It's like top deck is a little bit out of the water.
Perfect. And then we'll leave, what, like 20 to 50 people there while we sail these 350 on this boat to the island and come back for the.
Okay. Yeah.
So many people on this ship right now.
Yeah, you're sailing a little low yourself. It's
You said 400.
yeah, its handling is a mite sluggish.
Yeah, that's like 40 tons, and we were at 20 out of 65 tons. So we're at 60 out of 65 tons right now.
Oh wow, yeah, you guys are
What did you
mighty.
say earlier this week, James? Handling like a bar of soap?
Yes, it is handling like a bar of soap. Which is actually a term we'd use on the river for that there are boats that handle like bars of soap, just slick and don't track.
But do we port?
And yes, you eventually get to the island. It has got like a couple of old rickety docks that don't seem to see a whole lot of use. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of traffic in the area.
Any
Um,
fortifications?
no, it's like a town built of wood houses and like just miles of farmland.
What sorts
Mother?
of houses? Like, what sort of people?
Um, a good chunk of Tuskins. Like it looks like the art architecture is kind of very Tuscan based. Um, but obviously got its differences.
Annabelle, we are now here at the island. What we need to do is communicate with the locals that they are going to need to help us. I am concerned about, based on my previous experiences, pirates seem to be alarmingly poor at extortion. You are always jumping to murder, and murder, and murder. I need you to put someone in charge of all of these risks who can control them, while I attempt to get us some supplies.
I ain't in charge of these people, nor can I name anyone who could command the respect to charge. But I'll tell the Reavers there'll be no killing, nor thieving, nor raping, nor plundering. And I'll
Yeah,
ask
and
the Admiral to tell our crew the same.
And I will mention, like, the a large portion of the people you have on board that you rescued, they're not like adventuring, yar, go kill people, pirates. I mean, these are just kind of outlaw civilians.
Outcast, outlaw,
Yeah,
civilian,
yeah,
flotilla dwellers.
yeah, pretty much. Like that, they were on a flotilla for one reason or another, but they're not all necessarily like raiding pirates. Like much the same way as the Danes were not all necessarily Vikings.
James, quick question:
What?
Are we actually? Did anyone come to greet us, or is there actually like a dock master or anything?
There is no harbor master actually. Like it's just a couple of docks.
Well, then maybe Admiral, Mother, I guess. Uh, Sanyo, should we go down and talk to the townspeople first?
Aye, run ahead, some of you, while I get these people off the boat so we can go and collect the final few.
Very well. You want to come with me rather than go with your Annabelle? Costana?
I will talk to them, seeing as I am the quartermaster here.
All right,
You,
quickly.
and you can help Sanyo. But does Admiral want to come too or not?
I imagine she'll want to be here too.
Oh, yeah, no, she actually wants to. Actually, she's still on the remaining ship.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she would have stayed with ship at the sandbank. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, she's.
Uh, yeah, shit. In that case, then I'll get these people off and try and keep them peaceful on the dock.
All right. I guess Sanyo and I'll walk the front of the dock, and I will whistle really loudly.
Yeah, actually, so
What time is
as
it?
as you're getting off the ship, it is like early
It would have
afternoon.
taken us 8 hours to sail here. We must have come across them like dawn or something.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like late afternoon, mid afternoon. It's like 3.
Tuskens, they'll all be having a siesta.
What sort of fishing and farming infrastructure do they have here? Like, how much are they capable of fishing and what are they
Uh,
farming?
I mean it's not like a super huge community. There are like fishing canoes around that you definitely spot as you come in. But yeah, it's really not a large community. It's the town is kind of sprawled. It's less of a dense urban area and more of a small country town sort of deal. So it's
And what are they farming?
um assorted crops. One guy's got corn this year, another guy's got potatoes, another guy's got uh, uh
And what time of year is that?
That's a good question. What time of year is it? Down here, it's starting to get chilly, actually.
Okay, they're about to start
Yeah, actually, on closer inspection, it might look like they are harvesting. So, the number of people that actually start to come towards the docks as you guys are coming off it's pretty small. But like on the closer fields that can see the docks, you can see that like people have actually kind of stopped working and are staring over at the docks. And as you guys disembark, you can see that like one moderately well dressed figure with a small entourage of other moderately well dressed people start approaching the docks.
I would suggest greeting them in Tusk, Costana.
Of course, of course. They assume they approach.
Yeah, they're approaching.
I will greet them in Tuscan.
They actually reply in Al Shakek at you.
Oh, I will reply and I'll kick back.
What brings what what brings you? I am the mayor of this town. My name is John Hancock, because I got nothing else. Um, and these are my aides.
And this is all in El Shakek.
Yes. Um,
Hello, I'm Kostian Bird, um, and I am here today to speak on the behalf of several shipwrecked crews.
Shipwrecked crews. What what happened?
Their ship was attacked and began to sink. We came across them and laid and rescued them, but there are quite a number that our ship cannot handle.
Oh, I see. Well, I would love to help, but the first question you must answer is what flag do you fly under? Do you sail
Uh,
under?
Costana, could I take this over?
you speak El Shakek, right?
Does Sanyo Al Suhail speak Al?
I was just double checking. It's weird. I don't know. You can talk.
Yes, well, about our flag, you see, uh, this is more of a simple transactional matter. You see, the ship we have rescued is full. There are several hundred pirates coming to your small island, and there are a few ways you can choose to deal with that. If you choose to refuse any assistance whatsoever, to offer any assistance whatsoever, the pirates will do as pirates, and it will not end well or for the pirates, as they are poor farmers and poor, surprisingly poor fishermen. You will die, and they will starve. If you offer assistance, you can put them to work in your field. They can gather your harvest. You will struggle for the next that it takes for rescue to come for these pirates. However, you will survive. They will, and your entire life will not be destroyed in flames. I apologize for the bluntness, but I feel it is necessary to convey of this situation.
He winds up looking over at Castana and is just like, "Your friend comes off rather strong, doesn't he?"
He does indeed. I'm full on double face palming.
I think honesty were the best method there.
Should I roll a fast talk or something?
No, no. You've succeeded. Um, he
I'm gonna go. It's despite the bluntness of it, we do not. He is correct. We do not fly under any flag. We are free peoples.
Well, that's fantastic. We are also free of any flag, and we are but a peaceful farming community, and Tuska, neither Tuska nor Trael have shown any interest in us. So we would be more than happy to work out a trade.
Excellent. We'll work out the finer details, but for now, can we harbor all our people in your town?
Well, I don't see any other choice. We will we will have to find primitive accommodations for them. Um, being as
Primitive is better than drowning at the bottom of the ocean, my good sir. Thank you.
well, I'm sure many here would open their barns. You see, we for a large percentage of us are in fact Al-Shakek survivors ourselves. So it is a pleasure to see more. And it's actually at about this point that you might notice that this man does have some Al-Shakeki features. You know, the features of his eyes and the darkness of his hair and
The
the
fact that he gets stopped at airports.
yeah that but he is dressed in a more Tuscan fashion.
Well, I'll give a whistle over and then to the dock harbor and say, "Stay calm. You're all welcome to go, peacefully into the town." And I'll thank the mayor again.
Yeah, he's like, all right, and he actually turns around and he starts, issuing orders to all of, his guys, and they all wind up nodding and going off in different directions. He turns back and he says, "All right, well, I've got my staff started on working out accommodations. You all must be famished, so have your crew meet us in the courthouse, and we'll see to getting you fed."
Thank you.
And please inform us of any needs you might have.
We will indeed. For now, I think shelter and any food you can spare would be greatly appreciated.
He nods and turns around and starts heading off towards a large building in the center of the square.
I'll turn on my heels and start walking back. The ship already left, right?
I
To
think
get to the
everybody's
next.
still disembarking. Like,
Yeah, it's going to take like an hour to get everyone off that boat.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like you crammed them in there like a can of sardines. Like, the, they're
Uh,
they're still trying to unload the top deck. Like, there's still two more decks full of people trying to get off.
but all right, if that's the case, then sorry.
Virus.
No, liquid going down the wrong tube. Um,
Viral liquid.
uh, Mother, are you at the top of the deck or where are you?
I'm on the dock, like checking people as they come off, and like shouting the same order again and again to every next group of 20 that comes past.
All right, we have shelter for them at least for the short term, and the admiral should be able to work out greater details with them once she arrives.
Once the ship's clear, I'll head back and get the rest. It'll be a 2-hour journey, providing the weather holds.
Not a cloud in the sky.
Lovely.
Although, did you take into account that on the journey there, you're going to be sailing almost directly into the wind?
No, but it'll probably still be like a couple of hours.
Yeah,
There's just snowball in it.
I'm not too concerned with the timing, but you'll probably be getting back after dark.
Yeah, I expected that.
Interim, I'm going to take the would it be okay with you if I took the skull and the other statues far inland and put the new statue with them? I want to mitigate any unconsciousness that may occur when joining the statues together again.
Last time that happened, we were all moved, separated, split from the ship somehow.
That's why I want to do it inland and alone.
Do you think you'd have survived if you were on your own back there?
I mean, it wasn't. I was put in a labyrinth of wit, so yeah.
I recall you saying you almost drowned to death.
Because Sonya was pulling levers.
At your instruction.
I mean, if someone wants to come with me, they can, but
I would demand that people go with you.
I shall.
BD. Finique. Take the archer with you too.
Alright, Captain.
Alright, so you guys are going to have like a 2-3 hour walk. There's going to be like a 4-hour sail.
yep.
So yeah, we'll start with the walk inland. When you say far inland, you mean like past all the farms and everything and into, center of the island kind of thing.
Yeah, just so we don't accidentally curse anyone else, or like there was a range last time. Ish. Of a few kilometers, I think, that affected ships and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, so you're just gonna walk until you're pretty damn certain that nobody else is going to be brought into your bullshit.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then put the new fire statue in with the water and earth.
Okay. Um yes. So you guys walk for, yeah, like I say, like 2-3 hours, and most of it is farmland. So it's pretty easy walking. There's not a lot going on. Um You were definitely getting some looks because there's a lot of people who are really confused because they're not used to visitors, and it's a small enough community that everybody kind of knows each other. So you guys get some walking done, and you get towards the center of the island, into a forest, not like a thick forest, um,
Woodland.
like a woodland area, um, and yeah. So I assume in order to keep the statues away from each other, you kind of do it in distanced
Yeah, like
sort of walking.
someone has the box and another person like a few meters away has the
Yeah, at least 2 meter distance between everyone with this, and the statues are kept within. I suppose you could call it a mask of sorts, a cloth bag.
Okay, so but just enough to make sure everything stays separated,
yes.
But equal.
but equal.
Stay alert. Stay safe.
Yep.
And then when we get to a good place, we'll put the new statue in with the other ones.
All right. Yes. So you eventually do get in, and you put the statue in the box with the other ones, and just out of nowhere, the sky turns stormy, and Luke, on your boat, you see this too, like a storm just brews out of nowhere,
Son of
The
a
hell?
bitch!
and then
This can only be related to those four.
yep. So with that quick cut back from Luke, we were back onto the walking crew, and the storm brews, and you get a tingling sensation in the
What's coming?
on your skin, and suddenly, as a giant lightning bolt strikes right about where the box is. It leaves no damage or anything like that, but the box is, a bit charred and smoking, but
Ooh, actually, lightning strike wood looks amazing. So it's an even more pretty box now.
yeah, it's definitely got some pattern on it, but superficial damage only. And then that tingling sensation goes away, and the rain just starts pouring.
Well, that just happened.
Actually, everybody give me a fright check.
Hold up, hold up. I'm getting to the keyboard.
Sanyo jumps a little bit more than the rest of us, but just barely.
Yep. All right,
Can we,
you're all fine, but that was super unexpected.
can we make it rain?
I think I say exactly what I said. Well, that just happened. My hair completely standing on end.
Oh yeah, everybody's hair is currently like Einstein style. Unless you had it gelled.
Well, mine isn't a big braid, but it just goes.
Yeah, now like the tips of that braid are like curled and standing upwards.
Glad we didn't do that in the middle of town. Did anyone else hear that ringing?
Yeah, that's a good point. Everybody is a little. That was very loud.
How's your plate, Prince?
I I think I'm okay. Not passing out.
Sanyo, you okay?
Yes, I am alright.
Alright, when we caused this storm, Mom's gonna be pissed. Should get Belt back.
All right, and you start walking back.
In the rain.
In the rain. Yep, this is gonna be less than pleasant. So we're gonna skip to the other group. We've got a ship heading out to the flotilla. There was just a large crack of lightning, and it started raining after clear skies. Captain Armando looks over at you, Annabelle, and is just like, I think I have a suspicion of what that was.
I know for a fact it was them putting the statues together. I hope they're all right.
You are you are very you are either very wise or very stupid to have let your daughter be the one in charge of that.
I allow her to do nothing. Were she not my own girl, I'd have marooned her years ago.
Well, you have such a big heart. He like grins at you, like takes off his hat real quick and gives it a flick and then puts it back on.
Shake all that water off it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my hat's probably just like turned into a veil now.
It just drooped down into your face.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you y'all keep sailing, and it's a far less pleasant journey now. But you do.
Not impossible.
No, it's not like a huge storm or anything. It's just kind of raining.
Okay.
Um, and you guys just keep your tacking up, and eventually, yeah, you get back to the other ship.
Not sank anymore. Everyone on it's still alive.
It's gone and everybody's dead. No, it's
Shit.
it's right where you left it, and you see a lot of miserable people left on board. There's like 50 people on that top deck who just look miserable.
Should be happy to see us.
Yeah, they are. They are pretty ecstatic to see you.
I'll tell them,
And the
we've secured
like
a
as
residence on the island for now.
yeah, so the admiral she just looks relieved. Um, Actually, in your history, like you've never seen her look vulnerable in the way she looks right now. Like,
I'll obviously not say out of that.
okay,
I'll just help her aboard the ship.
yeah, they are all super ecstatic, and they actually most of them step two, and instead of like trying to hide from the rain below decks, they all try to like volunteer to take over for your crew.
Is the tide coming back in, actually? Might we be able to tow that boat the rest of the way back to port now? Is there any salvaging her? I'll ask. Can she make it? Is there any worth in towing her to land?
She says we could try, but she's still going down quick. I don't know. I don't know if we could manage it. It'd be fantastic to try, because I have no idea how we'd leave this island otherwise.
Then we'll try it. Get the stores across to this ship first. Lash on the towing ropes. And we'll need all the bilges she can take. Bailing. It'll take less than an hour to get back even towing that thing, if you can keep it afloat that long.
Well, what if we got everybody available bilging, and then when she was high enough, we just need a crew to be able to kind of keep up.
Aye. Let's get to it.
We did manage while you were gone to at least repair some of the holes.
Excellent.
I doubt any of them were watertight, but if we could bilge quicker than they could fill,
Aye.
we might have a
Then 'tis a
chance.
plan.
All right, so if you want to give me a leadership, see if you can get the crew working on it. Okay, yeah, so you managed to do it. You know, there's only the one, like, bilge pump, the one circle.
Mm.
So basically, like, the best way to get it is, like, you've got everybody in there, and they are just,
Blasting that pump.
yeah, and it just almost running. Everybody is just running. And, you know, as soon as somebody can't keep up, you know, you're just tapping them out and putting the next in. And it's a giant baton race, basically. And like after an hour or so, you actually manage it starts kind of it's no longer beached. It's actually kind of floating.
It floats itself.
Yeah,
Sick.
it's raising. It's very slow. It's very tiring. You know, when I say tapping out, everybody is taking 2 minutes on the bilge while they just give it everything. And you got
Keep it up. Don't slow down.
like 75 people tapping in and out. So,
Start towing.
okay, so as soon as you start towing, the bilging is going to slow down because now you need two crews to be working the sails while bilging. So you wind up leaving 3/4 of your crew on that
We don't
other
even we don't even need that other ship to sail though. We should just cut its masts off.
to make it lighter.
Yeah.
You propose that, and the admiral looks absolutely horrified at the idea.
You want it towed back to that island, or you want it sunk for good here?
But without the masts or the sails, getting it back to the island is pointless.
There's good wood on that island, mayhap.
We could just create more masts and sails. Fine. And then she turns around and opens up a box on deck and starts handing people axes.
Sick.
Remove those masts. And the whole crew reticently begins work on just that. And 20 minutes later, you have a brig class ship with no masts.
Radical.
And then
Get towing while they keep the bilge on.
okay, yeah, so it's slow sailing, so it'll be double time.
Predictable.
Because, you're carrying a sea anchor.
Aye.
And then as well, maneuvering is more difficult again because of sea anchor. So why don't you give me a seamanship at a -4?
You want ship handling?
Yeah, that.
Ooh, this is gonna be tough. Oof.
Oof.
That's technically a failure by 6 because I forgot the handling of the ship as well.
Oof.
And the stability rating is only 4. Yep. So that's probably something bad. Probably catches in another sandbank or something and
Yeah.
rips some stuff off our ship.
actually, like, you wind up the 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 weather is starting to add chop to the sea.
Mm.
So you wind up having to maneuver through a wave. It starts coming, and you have to reposition so that way
Hmm.
you're head on with it, and that wave winds up. The towed ship does not
Oh god.
make the
Yeah, I
turn
see.
in time, so it kind of catches it by the side, and the ship starts kind of going and listing, and it is now like that rope where you've got it attached is actually starting to pull the planks on the back of your ship. So why don't you roll me 2d6?
Did them separately just because it's easy. 3 total.
Oh
Two and
wow, that's not bad. All right, so one of the eyelets that you've used as an anchor rips out entirely, and one of the eyelets is uh, like pulled out just a little bit. So now you've got one less than sturdy anchor point towing that ship.
oh god, slow us down. We've got to reset the anchors.
Yeah, your crew starts pulling up the sails. Um, on the back of the other ship, they have stopped bilging entirely because they are trying to get everybody
Not dead.
not
Yeah.
dead. Like they're all holding on for dear life, basically. Um,
Hmm.
Nobody seems to have washed ashore. Everybody seems to be accounted for still.
That's good. Throw more ropes across, get more towing.
Okay, yeah, you do manage to redo it. Um, Getting this ship back to port at this point is going to be close. They are not able to build as fast as you need, so
You want another ship handling?
roll me one more ship handling, same penalties.
Come on, son. Come on. On the nose.
Oh my god! You finally roll back into port.
So
You can't quite get the ship to the dock because
long as it's
it bottoms out like 100 meters from the dock.
perfect. Just cut them ropes before they pull tight.
Okay. Well, they were they
Presumably
they
they're
were
already
tight.
tight. Yeah.
They were
Duh.
tight. Like it starts. You start hearing the creaking and strain on your ship as it starts bottoming out. So honestly, give me a leadership to see if you manage to give the command in time.
Success by 6, unmodified.
You do, you do. You hear the first like cut the lines.
Someone with an axe just.
Yeah, exactly. And then yes, you pull into. Okay, well,
Probably like
presumably
the
there's
next
there's there's
morning.
still like 75 people on board that now beached ship. So
Oh, they could take a rowboat, you know?
you're just like fuck them.
Yeah,
I've done enough.
I'm, I'm ready for bed at this point. Like, I've been sailing for 24 hours now.
Okay, so you just pull into dock and just like go to your room and sleep.
Yeah. I'd maybe shout down if there's any pirates on the dock. Take the boats out. There's people on that ship.
Okay. Yeah. So we will kind of skip back. Luke, for you, it was like 8 o'clock at night by the time nine, more like 9 by the time you get back, because of the whole misadventure. So we're gonna scoot back just a little bit. Um, Other party, it is about dusk now, and you are just walking back into town. You are greeted by the mayor, who says, "What did you do?" No, he doesn't say that.
No, yeah. How would he greets us?
You,
I'll be
you,
some weather we're having here, huh? Just walk.
no, actually, more like when you get back, everybody is in or around the like main courthouse, and the courthouse is like pretty much just an open room, a big open room, a couple offices, but that's about it. And yeah, everybody's like murmurs around town, around the area is like, where did this storm come from? Did you see that lightning strike? What happened?
I figure the three of us are drenched.
Yes, you are all mighty uncomfortable and hungry.
So, it is time for us to resupply, and then tomorrow we head out to try and stop this curse before we
Yep.
perish.
I'm hungry.
I am
What is
hungry too.
what is Grog making? What is he cooking?
Oh, he's got some elaborate meal, and he's in the like at a cook fire making something just outside the back door of the courthouse, and there's like two older women who are very upset at him. Like you guys know Grog well enough to know that obviously he like stepped in and just took over and
Yep.
is making food for everybody.
But I'll find the mayor dude.
Okay. You do in fact find him. He's at a table talking with a couple of the people from the flotilla. Oh, what what and what was the flotilla you were living on? Oh my, why? What what had you living on there? Oh well, our family was persecuted wrongly, or and just random story of why someone is living on flotilla. And he looks over at you and, oh, you're back. Where did you wander off to?
We took a walk and got stuck in the storm. Anyway, our ship will be heading out probably sometime in the morning, and to let everyone on the flotilla, we had to dump all of our food or our provisions. I was hoping we could negotiate to purchase more from you.
Um, well, we do we have started the harvest, but I don't know if we have what you need ready by the morning. Today was only the first day of harvest.
Are there goat herds in the hills?
Uh, of course, and cattle ranchers, a couple cattle, nah, pig farmers, a couple pig farmers as well.
we don't have time to particularly wait. What provisions would you have available for sale already?
Well, we could sell you what we have available today. Like, your crew does not seem too big. It'd probably get you by a couple weeks.
All right. I will negotiate for foodage.
Okay. Yeah, he actually seems more interested in the potential labor that you've brought than he does in gold or
Coin?
anything. Yeah, in
So
coin.
he's just willing to give it to us?
Like he's willing to trade a harvest's worth of labor for provisions.
I mean, I'm not these people's commander. That's nor is anyone. You know, they're free peoples. So this would be like a finder's fee, if anything. I cannot guarantee that these people will what they want to do.
Um.
Because
So
despite what Sanyo said, I cannot. It's not the pirate way to be like you're all helping with the harvest. That's their decision to make.
well, it sounds to me like you might need to negotiate with your people first, then.
Okay. But I would have to pay those people. So it breaks down to like, you know, the pirate code doesn't uh is about being free, and giving commands like that is not a thing. So what do you want me to do? Talk like leadership them or
Well,
negotiate with them?
yeah. So Tara, the position that you're currently trying to do is you're trying to trade their labor for your food.
Yeah, so
So
I'm
you're
asking.
gonna need to go talk to them about paying them for labor or whatever in order to.
I mean, we got cash. Do those people take cash?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What do you need me to do to get
Oh,
this?
well, I mean, you want to trade. I mean, yeah, he'll absolutely take cash. He'll take coin as well. Um, but like I
Because
said,
I can't.
well,
Because literally,
if you want to talk to them about a payment for the harvest, or you could just offer a payment to him. I was just saying, he was more interested in.
and I understand that. What I'm asking is, what do I need
What I'm
to?
asking Tara is how do you want to try and solve it?
I'll just. You're not letting me finish. What I was asking is, what do I need to roll to talk to those guys about um for the pirates to do I need to roll a merchant check to try to get them to trade their labor for money? Do I need to do a leadership check? Do I need to?
Okay, again, argue one of the skills. Like, how are you trying to do this?
I don't know right now.
I,
Just
I'm
I was asking for help and guidance from you or
okay.
anyone in the group, but no one's given it to me. So
Okay, well, let's just say at this point, you guys have been negotiating, and this is about when the ship rolls up.
Them lines get cut. I port it. I'll I will step off the ship actually, and I'll shout to someone on the dock like, "Where's my daughter? My cook? My gunner? My shishi?"
My
Is there anyone there to point me? My sexy Al Shakek guy.
Yeah, the your crew's pretty recognizable. They managed to you find flotilla survivors, and they managed to point you to everybody. I think I saw Grog behind the courthouse cooking up a feast. I think I saw your daughter talking to the mayor.
Raise an eyebrow at that. Whereabouts is that?
Oh,
Wait, did
he's
you say
just
feast?
over there. He's over by they're all over by the courthouse. And yeah, they prepared
I hobble away.
your cook has prepared quite a large meal.
Excellent.
And yeah, you find the mayor and your daughter and whoever else you want to find. They're all
Uh,
about. Uh,
Everyone, all the cool people who've got real humans playing the character.
yes, those people. And the admiral has followed you. Like she's on dock with you.
Ah, yeah, Admiral. Probably a good idea to have her here as well.
Yep.
All right.
Annabelle, there you are.
Greetings. You all okay? The storm. Has that got anything to do with anything?
Yes, and yes, we are fine.
Nothing to report? No strange happenings?
The box, the original box. It is now a very cool.
Fair enough. Sounds all went as well as could be expected. We've recovered the Admiral's ship. It will need much work before it is seaworthy again. We will need to be debarking as quickly as possible. Have you managed to
Yes,
negotiate any supplies? Oh, sorry, go on, Senor.
I was not doing that. My legs, this damned fatigue that is progressing all of our eventual deaths if we do not stop. Your daughter was discussing the rescued pirates. And, what do you call them? Right? About she some sort of negotiation where they farmers and they hurt, and then she will compensate their work, and then in return we will get a significant chunk of this by the time we leave. I do not know the specific.
I think I got most of that.
yeah, we're losing a lot of packets with you, Jared.
But okay, so ye have food supplies that you're willing to trade to us? Will you compensate the workers for their effort in the harvest individually also?
Well, room and board, absolutely. We don't have much coin. We're we're a fairly insular community, so trade is mostly of goods.
I can offer you fine spices. I can offer you coin at 1,000 per tonnage of dried supplies. Or, storable foods.
Um, the admiral pipes up and says, we are gonna need material to fix our ship. We could we could accept some of that as payment for assisting in the harvest. And then he says, "Oh yes, we've plenty of lumber, and we have some who are capable of making canvas. Your ship appears to be without masts at the moment.
She would not have made it back with them.
We we can offer you nails, but metal is in short supply. Um, so that would be that would be a a substantial part of the payment as well." And then yeah, the admiral looks over at you guys, and this sounds like a fair agreement.
Very well. How much tonnage of supplies do you have on hand?
All right, so before I answer that, how much do you need for per week's journey?
7 tons a month.
Okay. Um. Okay, so he doesn't say it in a specific weight tonnage, but by crate.
Mhm.
But when you do the math, he's got like 2 tons available tonight.
That'd leave us with 2 weeks with the supplies, but we probably need more than that.
Well, with the additional help, I could have it doubled by tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, that'd probably be enough to get us to wherever the last statue.
Excellent. Then it sounds like we have an agreement.
It's 24 hours almost wasted, but it can't be helped. We all our crew will be aiding with the harvest.
Excellent. Then it sounds as if we have an agreement. And the admiral nods her head. These are terms we can agree to.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have not slept in a whole day and night now. I'll warn the officers that they'll be picking crops tomorrow. But if they want to eat for the next few weeks, then there's no helping it. I'm gonna head back to the ship to go to sleep.
All right. So that's what you do now.
Grab some feast on the way.
Okay. Excellent. And yeah, so everybody is still left at the feast. Who's doing what at the feast?
Eating.
Yep, that's a good point. Anybody else? Castana?
What sorts of people are present at the feast?
Actually, you've got a mix of nationalities. You've definitely got some Trael. You've got some, like a good chunk of Tuscan. Um, there's definitely Alshkek here. Um,
What sort of occupations do the Alshikek people there look like
uh,
they do?
it's just the same as everybody else. Like, most everybody is a farmer. There's other people with other occupations. Innkeepers and other assorted craftsmen and like no no one group seems to do one particular thing. It's like any community.
Sanya will make his way over to a group of Alshikek that he sees. So, how long have you been on this island?
I was born here. It's better now that the Tuscan government has left us, but I've lived here my whole life.
I see. And you have maintained some Alshikek traditions.
What what lived on during the Tuscan rule? Whatever we could hold on to, yes.
That is always good to see. It gladdens. You
Do,
know, there is always the potential for more than just farming. We Alshikek can rise up and rule ourselves, you know. You can make something of yourself even.
but I have made something of myself. I own this farm, this land. My my family thrives.
I mean something more. A
What?
challenge to those fancy lords of Trial and Tuska.
But why? They leave us in peace. We are actually happy here.
I see.
Yeah,
Well, I will leave you to eat in peace.
no, please sit, enjoy, feast with us.
Very well.
Have you tried the hummus?
Not yet. It has been had an.
Yeah, there's definitely like a pita bread dish and hummus kind of thing sitting there, and yeah, like they're very happy to converse and dine and. But yeah, like when you suggest, oh, become more, rise up. Like, no, these people like they're fairly well thriving. Like it seems like an actual equal community, and like it honestly, the pirates and these people don't have a whole lot that's dissimilar, other than actual lifestyles. But yeah,
This feast that Grog cooked is pretty amazing.
oh yeah, it's obviously pretty good. It's grog.
So, how does this
Grog just
community work? You are not governed by noblemen, you say.
No, we elect a mayor every year. Our current mayor's been in office for the last 5 years.
And you are a diverse group of people. You did not all start out on this end. Are there new arrivals frequently?
From time to time, yes, but most of the families here have been here for generations. This island was once under Tuscan rule. I mean, and you can see remnants of the old fort if you look around, but um, and they brought they brought my family here as slaves to work the farms, but when my great grandfather was fairly young, they they just abandoned this place, just left us to ourselves. So we've just maintained a peaceful farming community. Everybody's equals. We don't we don't wish for the tyranny of Tuscan rule to ever fall upon the island again. So we bring it amongst ourselves to make sure that doesn't happen.
Son, you'll continue to sing with jump else.
I'm sorry, all I got was conversing and jump.
Son, you'll sing with them and feasting if we want to jump elsewhere.
Oh, okay. All right. Brain damage. What are you up to?
I think brain damage is just taking part in the feast,
All right.
eating, and then
Eating.
getting some rest. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So fill your belly early night.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Castana.
I think after I'm just gonna get some food and go back to the boat
All right.
and put the statues back in there.
Oh, I had assumed that was one of the first things you did.
No, the boat just got back.
Oh, right. That's yeah. My timeline's off. I'm sorry. Yes. So. Yeah. Annabelle. By the time you get back, you see Castana. She's reading, obviously. Empty plate of food.
That's pretty. So you're all right then, girl. No injury.
Wasn't as bad as the last time, just a lightning strike.
It's strange for sure. Have you checked the map again today?
Not yet. But
Keep your eye on it tomorrow. See if you can make out where it may be heading, because we'll set sail tomorrow night as soon as we've got the supplies aboard.
how many days do we have left?
At the minute, we've got just over a week.
No, I mean until our curse murders us.
Oh,
I forgot to update
we've got
that.
like 4 weeks,
Let's see.
28 days.
29 days. Assuming it's a specific exam, not just a thing that will kill us all crossing the desert to Valshakek.
Yeah, some of us might start dying tomorrow.
May I remind it's not prudent to dawdle. We have to go all the way from the Southern Isles to the Northern Isles again within 29 days.
Aye, but tomorrow eve we'll have as much food as we're gonna get, and it will hopefully be enough to see us through.
Just
If
nod.
we sail without the provisions, we're like to die at sea without ever finding the ship with the dragon aboard.
I'll just nod and then go back to my book.
And I'll like die in bed, just pass out.
All right. So, one more thing that I am going to add this evening is brain damage. You are approached by one of the smiths.
Oh. Okay.
And he starts chatting with you. Kind of just random bullshit, small talk. Wow, that weather is crazy. What just happened there?
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
It was
yeah, that's
all clear.
yeah. Wow. Hey, listen, they have a smith here, and
Ah,
we would like to thank you at least for taking us with you and saving our lives. And we think we could tomorrow forge a few items for you and your crew as a thank you gift.
that's very kind of you.
Like if you would like to tell everybody, tell your captain and have her get us a short list of the items
Are you
that you'd all
planning on
like.
staying here?
We are we are not meant for sale. The
Yeah, I
time
saw your
spent
first
on
week.
the time spent on the ship was absolutely miserable, and I think we could become a part of this community. There might be a language barrier,
Yeah,
but by the shape of these people's smithy, they they have great need of men of our skill. We could thrive here.
yeah, I imagine you would be like a great boon for them. Yeah, I'll talk to the captain and get the list of items you asked.
We will need some of that metal in order to do it,
Yes.
and we'd request a payment, maybe double the number of ingots necessary to craft your items, perhaps.
I see. I'll yeah, I'll talk to the captain. And I'll actually go talk to the captain.
All right. So yeah, Captain, just as soon as your head hits the pillow, knock, knock, knock.
I'll just be like, what now? Oh, I come in, sit up in bed, raise my
Brain
eye
damage
mask.
Brain damage comes in. Captain, uh, the Shaishi blacksmiths, they want to stay.
Well, that's fine by me. They were more of a bane on the crew than a boon.
Yeah, they saw a smithing town and they offered to craft some items for us. They asked for
Why?
this.
Whatever they can manage, really. I have nothing in particular that I require. Perhaps a knife, short blade,
I will take note.
but feel free to make use of them. Those arrowheads that they had seemed rather efficient.
Yes. Oh, I still have a few quivers full that I took from
Oh,
those archers. Uh, they also asked for some payment.
I let them have the ingots they desire, and we'll hold on to what's left.
Yes, Captain. I'll talk to the rest of the crew. Have a good rest.
Pull the eye mask back down.
All right, so yeah, at this point, I'll basically like everybody can submit like an item or a few small ones. Like if you wanted more arrowheads, like you could do a whole quiver. Just whatever you'd like that is made out of that black metal. Um, it's it's basically Stygian iron. A piercing or slashing weapons will get an armor reduction of 2 if you would like. Um, so everybody can submit an item that they'd like crafted during the harvesting tomorrow.
Storm chain gun?
Within tech level.
Storm chain cannon.
um, but if not, uh,
Uh,
I'm sorry. What was that, Jared?
Sonya will visit them at one point, see if they put on enough.
Did not catch a word of that.
Okay, testing. There we go. Now it's picking up when I'm talking. Sonya will visit them at some point when he takes a break from the helping with the harvest. See if they can like just apply an outer layer of sorts to his weapon, like just the outer. No need for a whole.
Um, they can't really plate it, but they could replace the blade part.
Yeah, sure. Let's get this valuable heirloom dagger of Theseus going.
Okay. Um,
I doubt they can make me a very fine whippy rapier in a day, so I'm not that fun. I'll just take a small knife,
okay.
maybe a thrust-in dagger or something like that.
Yeah, so, basically, if you guys just pick something and have it made, it'll just be like base item with a armor reduction a 2.
They
I'm
can't
sure.
do things like balanced fine or all that.
Um they could do it they could do them balanced. Um and they could rush the fine. Yeah, you can do one level of balanced and one level of fine on anything.
Yeah, never mind then. That's not better than my
Okay.
blade.
Okay. Just putting it out there.
I'm sure Grog's gonna want a Stygian Iron Kazuri.
Not sure if the hook or
Whoa!
the knife.
I did not realize you were in.
Hello, I
Hi.
did not meant to interrupt.
Hello. All right. So Grog is here. Grog, just to kind of catch you up, you have been cooking a giant feast on an island after you've rescued the survivors of the sinking of the Turner flotilla.
Got it. So I've been very busy with that.
Yes, yes. Just cooking up a storm, feeding hundreds of people. You're in your element.
Sounds good.
But yeah, at some point somebody offers to make you a something out of that black steel you guys stole.
I'm gonna say the cleaver because he might be in due for a new one.
Okay, yeah, just figure out how much it weighs and
Weighs. Oh, I did not check the weight. One moment.
yeah, I honestly don't really need to roll know right now. You can just kind of put it in. Here, let me just add a notes
Okay.
handout. All right, yeah. So at some point, if everybody wants to select what they've slammed in there or selected, how much it weighs. All right, so next morning, everybody wakes up before, like most of the townsfolk wake up before the sun. Your pirate cohorts have maybe a little bit of an issue with that, but everybody starts getting roused. Um, there's a bit of breakfast going around. It's nothing fancy. It's gruel, something like that. And you guys all wake up, and it's morning.
Help with the harvest.
Okay, so you guys are also joining
Harvest for
in.
the harvest god.
Okay, so yeah,
I am planning the next the route and the tracking the thing, trying to get from the positions I've had the last few days on where I think the thing is going to end up.
okay, yeah. Give me a navigation roll.
By two,
By
I've had
2.
better rolls.
Okay, yeah. In the last couple of days, it's kind of just been moving this way. Sorry, let me like kind of in this direction. It's made it to about here.
Okay, so it's just been going in a pretty much a straight line this entire time. It started here and then ended up like
Yep,
here.
pretty much. Pretty much. It's just been
So there's no rate of change direction.
not really. No, they've kind of just been crossing along this southern route.
Okay, so my inclination that they. All right, well, intercepting where we are and everything, I assume would be about like with their current speed because it took a week, right, for them to get like 2,000 kilometers,
Yes, it did.
and we can do that much quicker. So probably like right here, I assume.
It'd take us about a week to do 2,500.
All right. So about, if they continue their thing, it'd be about like right here if we
So yes,
triangulate.
in a week they'll be like right here.
But we would do it quicker in a week because we
Yeah.
can do 2,500 in a week. You said
Yes.
Yeah,
so. It'd probably be like right here.
yeah, somewhere around there if they are just going in a straight line. But we should legit just set sail south and check that map constantly.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to get a.
No, yeah.
I
You,
I
Plan it out for the best possible
I
intercept.
I'm useless when it comes to what you guys are doing, and I, also need to re-up the medical supplies that were used, and I'm doing quartermaster stuff instead of picking fruits and vegetables.
yeah, you're making sure that all the little uh, uh, intricacies are not going unnoticed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. So
yeah. Do you need a seamanship or anything,
yeah, give me a,
crewman?
a crewman to. Yeah,
By 5.
yeah. You managed to get all the proper stocks up. There's plenty of bandages and uh, there's plenty of opium extract for the pain and all the.
Yeah, just everything. I want to just
Yeah.
the ship is now in as decent order as it could be right now.
Yeah, yeah, and like some of the supplies that you're pulling in, like there's a lot of like now makeshift kind of stuff. It's not the pretty bandages that you usually steal from the military ships. It's country farmer rough loom style deal. But yes, you managed to get a good stock of just about everything, all the little
Okay,
sundries.
that's yeah.
Like
That's
food itself was the most difficult task. So yeah, Grog, I assume you're mostly just making sure all these laborers are fed for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So just give me a cook and roll real quick.
Sure. How much time could I take? Like 2 hours?
Oh, I mean, you're cooking for like 800 people, so
Oh, then
like you will be cooking all day. Like you're not cooking a chicken, you're taking a cow and putting it on the fire.
yeah,
And then when
I
it's
think I managed.
gone, you're bringing out the next one. Yeah, you manage to like, and you've got help too. Like you're directing other people. You're not doing this all by yourself. There are a bunch of old ladies that are pissed off at you. But yeah, so your day goes by like that. Everybody's sticky and sweaty by the end of the day. Um, but round dawn or round dusk, your ship is loaded with like what do we say, 4.5 tons of.
Yeah, you said they had 2 tons yesterday, and they'd have double that today.
Okay, well with everybody working, you managed to get 4.5 tons.
We've got just about a month's worth of supplies.
Beautiful. So yeah, you're getting ready to sail off, and Lara approaches you and, Captain, you really saved our ass back there.
Wish I could have done more. It's
Well,
a disgrace what's happened to the flotilla.
we've been so busy, I haven't really had the opportunity to bring it up, but the main ship that attacked us um, was managed to get close enough, and he did announce himself as one Sebastian Harcourt, and
Dum, dum, dum.
he
What? Why would he attack?
he uh he made it very clear that he was actually looking for you and your ship. So be careful out there, and once your whole issue is resolved, we're gonna need your help again.
Aye. We'll be back here for you. This place seems nigh on a paradise, if I'm being honest.
So this is all Sanya's fault? We got cursed because of him? The flotilla was sunk because of him?
Yep.
Someone else would have touched the skull, if not. And we only Sebastian, cluing him into this whole thing because of murderous plan to get the first statue.
Aye, and we would have never been cursed in the first place if it were not for that tip that the Admiral gave us on the lumber. So 'tis no one person to blame for all this mess. 'Tis just the universe spitting in his eye.
That's very true. It's everybody's bullshit that brought this whole thing together.
We all brought an ingredient to this bullshit pot.
That's I mean, yeah, that's the best way to ex to explain it. All right, so I propose that since we have been playing for like 2.5 hours, we take a quick little break.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Like that seems like
I adamantly oppose that suggestion.
everybody who oppose say nay. Everybody for say aye.
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 I
The ayes
Nay.
have it. We will take a quick break. We will be back. And we are back after a short break. Our crew has just prepared to set sail southward to intercept their final stone. So yeah, it's definitely still rainy this morning. And it rained yesterday. Like picking was just miserable. Um, but you managed to get your food, and now you are heading south in the rain. So it'll be about a week. And yeah, during that time, Castana, as you're looking at it, yeah, that ship is on a pretty steady course until about day. What this would be like day 3, where it begins making an upward turn. I'm sorry, northward. So, if you want to make another navigation roll, Castana, to readjust your intercept point. Castana? Oh, there it is. Yeah. All right. So the new intercept point that you would be expecting is kind of right about here. Actually, with your speed, probably more like here.
Okay.
And so yeah, that takes you what 5 days with the cut.
Yeah, that looks like about 5 days, 4 or 5.
All right. So during those 5 days, anybody have anything they wish to be working on?
Nothing from me, honestly.
Pretty much just sailing. Yeah. So again, the whole 5 days, the rain has just not let up.
Oh dear.
Um, the sailing's rough, but not like terribly so. It's choppy water, not huge rogue waves all the time. You're not sailing through a massive storm.
Okay.
It's mostly just awful and miserable sailing. Um, and yeah, so your crew is wet. Actually, by the time you get there, you've got like 10 people below deck just coughing, hacking, not keeping anything down. Um, and the for you guys, you're also feeling the effects of the fatigue. So at this point, guys, the tattoo grows and you're all feeling the fatigue. And in order to represent that, everybody go ahead and roll me an HT check.
Failure by 3.
All right, so the failures, you are all actually going to be suffering a penalty similar to 2 hours of missed sleep.
And what is that?
Um, shit, I just had it. Uh, less sleep, sleepy. Okay, getting less sleep than your sleep period costs FP that you can only recover by sleeping. How much FP though? Uh, 1 FP. And that can only be regained by sleeping. So like if you fail another one, you'll be at -2 that you can't recover.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's not like you can recover it by having a nap. You have to sleep a full night of uninterrupted resting.
yeah, it's 8 hours of uninterrupted rest in order to recover that.
So essentially -1 to FP right now for me, but that's
Yep,
fine.
yep, yep. So it might come more into play later. But yeah, eventually you do get to your intercept.
Not effectively a -1 to your max FP, because that changes the threshold at which you
Yeah, no, it's
search that.
it's 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 just you have one less FP that you can't recover.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't change your HT roll or total FP. Just like you've spent an FP by existing. And yeah, you guys do eventually get to your intercept. And I have to go to the GM layer to do this. And when you get there, you find a rather sizable galleon floating. Boom. And yeah, your little compass Castana is pretty much just like circling about where your ship is now.
More than usual, you mean?
Yes, more than usual. Like it so the way it was spinning was that it was doing, big figure eights kind of around where your stones and the last remaining one was, but now it's just kind of spinning in a circle about where your ship is.
Super tight little circle.
Yeah, and then like kind of just on the horizon through the rain, it's kind of hard to make out, but yeah, you do eventually spot a galleon.
That can only that can be our target. If we're quick, they may not have seen us yet. We also stand no chance of fighting that thing on open water.
Sorry, say again?
I think Luke just said that you don't stand a chance fighting it on open water.
Aye, as options are to, I don't even know. I think we should approach and seek to get aboard by means of diplomacy.
I mean, yeah, I can always talk. You know me, I always prefer talking over murder. When it's
Unless that
relevant.
murder involves poison.
Unless the murder is necessary.
All in agreement? Or should we tail them for a while and see what their destination may be?
With this, how well as I've been seeing the crew come in with just being sick, I think we don't have time to play the waiting game anymore.
I'd agree with that. All right then. Fly the
What flag are they
diplomatic
flying,
flags.
by the way?
They are flying a trail flag.
Okay. Yeah, I'll fly a diplomatic flag. Or the curiform. Do you need me to roll again, or can we just assume that happens?
Yeah, I'll sail straight for them.
Okay. Yeah. You sail straight for them. You put up. Like, do you want to put up the flags? How do you want to put up the flags?
Like, we'd like to speak with you.
Okay, so you want to do a diplomatic flag?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you put that up and begin approaching, and then they put up a flag confirming that yes, there can be diplomacy. And yeah, you begin approaching. I assume. What are you doing with the approach? Is it just straightforward approaching, or
a straightforward approach? I'm not doing anything weird. But we need to discuss what we're going to do when we get there. I don't think he's just going to throw it, or whoever's got it is just going to throw it across to it.
I mean,
Why
yeah, we're gonna
not?
have to go over there and talk.
I just don't expect them to plan. I don't expect them to give anything up that easily, honestly.
We can bribe them.
We have little to bribe with right now.
We have ingots.
Those are about it, aye.
Or this newfangled technology, and I kick the bell.
We dropped the bell.
What?
What?
Had to make room for people. But you have the designs for the bell.
Yeah.
That could be worth something.
But let's see how the first interaction goes. How do we want to play this? Mom, are you going to talk? Or do you want me to do it? Or
I'm no even sure. I
All right, so one question that I have, what flag are you flying under on approach?
I mean, we probably got most of them.
yeah, we established that we've got a lot of them.
Nepal's flag is cool. It's not rectangular.
Probably Triel.
Okay, so you're making like you're part of Trail.
I mean, like, they're the biggest and most melty pot, right?
Yeah. Most capitalist.
Yeah.
They are the trade nation for sure. They're
It's also what this ship is, so.
okay. Yeah, that's a fitting disguise. Cool. So, any other discussion you want to have, or time for the approach?
I can't think of anything. I think it's time for approach.
All right.
For the silence.
Cool. So you guys do your approach, and as you close in, they make like a tight right, so that way you are in the broadside,
What are they doing?
and the Trail flag comes down, and the Jolly Roger flag goes up.
Oh.
Oh, snap.
Let's do the same.
Put the white flag up. Put the white flag up.
We could put our Jolly Roger up too.
They might think we want to fight then, though, and they will destroy.
All with a hey, let's keep talking flag.
Change diplomacy to surrender and put up our pirate flag.
Put up a Jolly Roger and parlay flag.
There you go. That's actually your best plan.
Yeah.
Either way, I surrender.
And there is a pirate's code, like that would literally be the like equivalent of like putting your hands up, like no, that's not what I'm here for.
Yeah, I'll put up our Jolly Roger and the parlay. Literally the one for parlay.
Okay, yeah. When you put that up, you actually see the flag that they pull their surrender, demand surrender flag, and drop a parlay flag, and you can see the sails start going up.
Well, this should get interesting.
I'll bring it in.
Okay. You are met on deck. I've got this too. Yes. All right, so yeah, you come up to the galleon, and there's a big old pirate crew and everything. Um, and you are hailed from the bridge deck. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Uh, by none other
If it is the
than
bridge deck,
whatever the most
it
top
might be the
deck.
aft or the fore or the poop.
Okay. Yeah, the topmost deck on the very back of the ship.
Usually bridge deck, I think.
Yeah, like wherever the captain stands. And
The Peltac.
yes, that. Except this isn't Egyptian themed. Um, but yeah, screaming from up there, "Ahoy, pirates!" And you see her.
Oh no, it is actually the poop deck, that one.
The poop
The
deck.
the highest deck at the back that forms the top of a cabin is the poop.
Okay.
The name.
Yeah.
Just in front of that is the quarter deck.
Okay.
So if he's at the helm, it's probably the quarter deck.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's neither here nor there.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter. Wherever the captain should stand, probably the quarter deck. And yeah, you are being hailed. Ahoy, pirates!
Hello.
What
Ahoy! I'll take my hat off.
what brings this fortuitous meeting?
We're actually here on a quest, and you are apparently the next stop upon it.
Would you hear that, lads? They are on some quest. Is this a quest for gold?
Quest to not die.
Show tattoos.
Well, that is certainly a noble quest. Wait, you show her the tattoos?
I do.
Okay, so yeah, you're standing there flexing your tattoos. She's like, he's a strange one, isn't she? Ain't he, Captain?
I'll roll my sleeves up as well.
It's a curse, not a artwork.
Oh,
Do you perchance have in your possession some trinket statuary in the manner of a dragon?
now what make you think I'd be having something such as that?
Magic.
Her entire crew erupts in laughter.
I wasn't joking. Legitimate magic.
Aye, witchery.
Magic, you say? Now I'd like to see that.
If ye have this dragon statuary, then I'm sure we can oblige.
Well, I can't say that I have such a thing in my possession. And everybody can go ahead and roll a detect lies if you
Oh,
wish.
it's-
I don't think I'll bother.
I mean, I got it, so I might as well.
Oh, nope, you're wasting your time, Sanyo. She doesn't have this thing. But yeah, she totally lying.
Captain, I appreciate the double talk and the deception, but we literally have 20 days until our deaths. And the only thing stopping us from surviving is said statue. We're willing to trade for it.
I do like trade. I do like trade, and it sounds like you are mighty desperate for this particular item. So why don't we have this negotiation out of the rain and come on board, and I'll fix us a nice supper.
As she opens a tinny. Aye. Very well, very good.
All right. Below deck we go.
Well, actually, like her cabin is like right behind the quarter deck.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
So
into the cabin we go.
so yeah, she invites you, and yeah, you're welcome to bring everybody who wishes to go.
Bring all the
Officers,
cool people.
yeah. So yeah, all the PCs are at the table, and she sits down, and a round of wine comes about.
Ugh.
Like, you like wine? I took this off a Trail frigate, or no, a Twiskin frigate a couple months back. It seems to be right fine stuff.
It is always good to find fine dining opportunities at sea.
Oh, well, you are in for a treat because I took their chefs as well. Um, and at this point, you can actually like hear back to the kitchens, and there is a faint sound of jingling as if chain was being tugged upon.
I'm gonna choose to ignore that.
Well, while they are working on supper, tell me more about your situation. It sounds like quite a curious one.
As it happens, 2 months ago we were raiding a Tuscan frigate. Only this one had more than wine aboard. Had a cursed object. Some witchery that tainted the whole crew.
Aye, and that's where you got those fancy matching tattoos, is it?
Aye, though to begin with they were lying around the wrist.
She like
Um,
raises an eyebrow and cocks her head a little.
they've grown all the way to the soldiers. Sure, they're making their way to the heart. We've got maybe 4 weeks left before we're dead. The crew are already losing strength. The sickness is killing us.
Aye, you did seem to have quite a sickly crew. I was willing to chalk it up to this rain that came out of nowhere but yesterday.
Oh, that was us.
She again like shifts her head to kind of look over at you now and cocks her eyebrow. What do you mean by that?
Well, last time we put we, we caused a storm with our magical things. Seriously, if you wanna, I'm actually gonna ramble for a bit and then like shrug and then just go, magic. I hate it.
She looks back at the rest of the group and oh, she's a strange one for sure. But but really, like I would be interested to see this magic you speak of. But
No, you really wouldn't.
but I think first, we should at least have supper. You you all seem so pale. And then yeah, it's right about this time that a fairly extravagant meal served on silver platters and like you're each given like a full small bird of some kind and heapings of sides and like yeah you
How's our stomachs doing?
uh like it You're not ill enough yet that food doesn't sound like a good idea. Like some of your other crew is not doing well, but
Right, well, I'll eat.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And as we're eating, I will try to like um oh, I don't have that. Never mind. I was gonna try to covertly interrogate to see what was up with her, but
Oh,
I don't actually have that. So never mind. Well, as we're eating, then I will legitimately ask. So, how would you like to be able to get hauls that other pirates wouldn't even dream about?
now that is a curious proposal, and I find it interesting. What is it you have?
A device which would let you salvage wreckage that lays at the bottom of the seas.
Oh, now you see that could be worth quite a bit to me. Do you have such a device with you?
We have the mechanics and the direction and location of people who know how to build them. Oh, wait, by the way, did that engineer dude survive?
You did not see him?
But he was on the main ship most of the time, right? Like he was.
Well, I mean, he was probably off working on other parts of the ship most of the time. So like
Okay.
during during the whole siege, it's very probable that he was the one disconnecting the ship.
No, good point. But I will say we had to uh or we have the blueprints for such a thing.
Okay, well,
And some of the suits. We
Oh yeah, we
didn't know
still
jettison those.
and the suits to go along with them. We just don't have the heavy mechanical bits anymore.
oh my, that is quite an interesting proposal. But before we get too far in the conversation, I'd like to know how it is that you came to believe that I had such an item in my possession in the first place. And I know my accent is going all the fuck over the place.
Legitimately magic. Like you're either gonna have to believe that magic is a thing, or you're gonna keep questioning our abilities.
Oh no,
The,
I am I believe the tales are all true. I truly do. I've never seen it with my own eyes, and any wackadoo can claim anything is magic. So forgive me if I don't quite trust you on that.
I'll, I'm gonna look over at Mom on this one and give her that look of, do we want to show her?
the statue that you may or may not have in your possession is not alone. There are others like it. We need all of them to lift this curse. And in our quest to collect him, we came across a way to locate the others. Some ancient witch's map that draws you to the location of where they are. and we followed it to you here.
Did you now? Now that is a curious thing. I should like to see such a thing.
I think we can show you the map and pendulum, aye? No trouble there.
What is it to detect a motive again?
Body language, detect lies.
Yeah. Detect lies is more to tell if they're not being
Applied
truthful.
psychology.
Yeah, that might work.
I got body language. I don't think applied psychology is the thing at this level. TL.
Yeah, go ahead, roll body language.
Is she? I just want to know if she's gonna like slit all our throats and like take the magic stuff.
Well, she can do that whether we show it her or not.
I know. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to get a read on her.
So actually, what you're reading is that she's just having a good time yanking your chain. Like she's having fun with this, and you said magic and like a few things that got her kind of interested, and this is just curiously fun for her.
I'm gonna sigh, push my plate to the side, and pull the map out from my satchel.
Oh, well, would you look at that there then? Is this the map that brought
I
you to
drop
me?
without even answering. I drop the pendulum, begin the moving, and then just let it do its thing.
Oh my, how does it do that? How does it do that? And she's like picking it up and inspecting it and like,
I'll like rotate the map 90 degrees as well so that the pendulum changes direction to follow the map.
Drag it around the table a little bit.
that must be some trick of some magnets that I saw some snake oil salesman trying to.
Oh, I
How did
literally do
it
the teenager groan.
Okay. Like,
I don't know how it works, but it brought us here.
now that is quite a curious thing. Well, you showed me one thing that was curious. Now I'll show you another thing that is curious. And she stands up and turns around to a chest, and she opens up that chest, and she reaches in and she pulls out a pistol, and she sets it aside. And then she picks up another dragon statue, and she turns around and puts it on the table.
Oh, sweet air.
Now we came across this about 6 years ago, and I thought it was a terrible, a very interesting curio. Um, and shortly after obtaining it, we started noticing that the winds frequently were in our favor. And ever since then, I just could not seem to bring myself to part with it.
Well, untold riches? Change your mind?
Now you see, I do like the idea of untold riches. Now you'll have to explain this item that'll get me these untold riches.
I will go into full technical jargon if she wants me
She
to.
she actually, like, when you start doing that, she holds up a finger and she uh waves another guy in, and she says, "Now you go ahead and talk with Philip here,
All
and
right.
Philip will give me an opinion on this
I'll go into
particular item."
I'll go into full technical jargon, leaving key things out so they couldn't puzzle it together by themselves.
Okay. Yeah, so you wind up doing that, and then Philip will like lean into her ear.
Very rest of the fuck.
Sorry, what?
Rest of the fucking owl. How to draw an owl? Start by drawing a circle, then draw the rest of the owl.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, okay. um, yeah, Philip will like lean in and he'll whisper into something into her ear, and then they'll kind of chitter for a little bit.
I'm gonna roll hearing
Okay.
by 6.
Yeah, he leans in and is just basically like, "Well, I think it'll work. All right, well, how easy would it be to build something like that?" "Well, God, I don't know, but we are not set up to manufacture anything like that, so we'd have to find somebody." And then, yeah, it's pretty much just a conversation about, how valuable this particular thing is. And eventually she looks over and she says, "All right, well, it is a curious set of blueprints. And you, clever ones, seem to have left a few things out that we would need. And I like you more for it." And she says, "So, seeing as we'd have to uh, uh, figure out where we did at least have to travel and pay to get it manufactured, I would say you need to add something to sweeten the pot."
Did we bring any of that iron with us, guys? Did anyone think to do that?
There should still be some left,
How much do
but
we have left?
it depends on what we got made.
I didn't get anything made because I don't.
I think a cleaver maybe was maybe all that we got made, so we've probably still got like 40 to 50 pounds of the stuff.
I mean, I can't imagine the cleaver's more than like 5 pounds.
We've got 3 pounds of fancy spices in the hole. We've got 7k liquid cash we could offer.
I will. But did anyone bring a bar of the stuff?
Nah, I don't carry it around.
You've got a quiver full of arrows made of the stuff
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's
in the
right.
room.
I do.
I will. Elfinique or Prince, could I borrow one of your special arrows?
I fast draw an arrow and hand it over.
I'll set it on the table, tap the head, and then go. How about 10 pounds or 5 pounds of this?
What is this?
I don't know the name of it.
Metal forged in a Shaishi volcano.
I've heard legends of those that are weapons.
And now you see it with your own eyes.
And we can
And
offer 5 pounds.
And if you want to see what one of those arrows can do, I can show you.
I'd be very curious to see what one of those arrows could do.
You could probably bury it in the ship's mast, like all the way halfway up the shaft.
I mean,
she's got some pretty big solid doors on this in this room.
Someone's leaning on it on the other side.
We don't want to kill nobody. But Elf, it's up to you. Brain damage.
Just pick it up and shave with the arrowhead. Like,
No, give me a target.
She
You said we were eating off silver plates, didn't you?
Yes, yes, I did.
You know, an arrow to pierce 3 of these held together.
Now that would be quite a feat.
I hold up 3 sturdy silver plates to make a thick silver target.
And you're just holding them in your hand.
Yeah, I'll just hold
Like
it
off to the side.
No.
off to the side of me.
No, you should be one of the ones to hold them, Captain, so that you know there is no trickery involved on our end. And Sonia will gesture for Annabelle to hand over the plates to the captain.
I'll hold him over. If you trust my archer, that is. I guarantee he's a good shot.
Don't crit fail this, C.
She takes it and she like whistles.
Remember, there's a +4 for exhibition shooting. So shooting people who enjoy new.
Mm-hmm. For it not being in like the heat of combat as well.
Okay, yeah,
Kind of-
because you're standing there and shooting there. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, so she takes it and she smiles and says, "Just know, if this is a trick, none of you are getting off this ship alive."
I should hope not.
And yeah, she holds it up.
Off to the
Damn.
side. I'll just push it a little
Killer.
bit further away from her center before.
Oh yeah, just like right through the center of those plates, and it just like flies through, and then it actually like breaks the window and flies out the back of the deck. And she. Now that's quite an interesting. Bargain you're making here. How much you got?
Like I said, 5. We can. We'll give you £5. That's enough to make a pretty decent weapon for yourself.
Aye, but what happens if you make them into shot?
I'll shrug. We haven't tried it yet.
Tell you what, you make it £20 of it, and you got yourself a deal.
Should at this point we roll
I
negotiation
believe we should.
or merchant?
Ooh, she rolled good. She did not roll that good.
I mean, I'd be willing to go up some. I just don't want to part with.
Yeah, you want to meet a little.
7?
I was thinking more like 10.
10? Yeah, 10's fine.
Like that cuts her offer by half. I think if we do that, we could have ourselves a deal. But one more thing. You said when you put the stones together, there was magic to see.
I kind of look at her and go, yeah, but it could curse you. I mean,
Well, if
if
that's
that's a
the
risk
case,
you're willing to take.
well, it sounds like if that happens, then we might be able to sail together and just go uncurse ourselves.
Aye, we've done most of the work in uncurse and for you already if you are cursed from.
I would like to see this magic.
Do you have any supplies, food you might spare? I could perhaps show you some magic for a week's worth of supplies.
Oh, I think we might be able to part with a bit of supplies.
Prepare the magic.
Yeah, I mean, we could go. We'll bring her over to our ship and add the Windstone to our collection.
Evolve Evie.
All right, so you put the Windstone in
In the box.
in the box.
Oh my god.
I'm like shielding my eyes, getting ready.
Yeah.
It's not the Ark of the Covenant, Luke.
I imagine a bunch of the crew are just like holding the testicles.
Yeah, everybody's freaking the hell out. Yeah. All four of them begin to glow.
Oh.
And it is an intense white light. And suddenly, as
Oh, can I retcon one quick thing beforehand?
What do you need?
Before I toss it in, I look at the new dragon and look at all the ones inside and go, okay, play nice. And then put them in there.
Okay. So yes, they begin to glow bright white in coloration, and a light. The light, as it's emanating, blows straight up into the air. You are in your cabin.
I actually think we probably brought it out on deck.
Because
last time that we did it, lightning happened.
Yeah.
That's a damn good point. And also kind of disappointing as a GM because I was about to blow a hole in the deck. Yes, this bright light just shoots straight up into the air. And at that moment, where it hits the clouds, they actually begin parting in the sky. And the storm starts floating off. And, kind of up above the clouds, that bright light remains.
Subarashi.
We should bail, because, there was those guys who destroyed the flotilla a few days ago, and we just 100% told them where we are.
Aye, I don't know if you heard, but Turner Flotilla is scuppered. Scuttled entirely.
They got a flotilla. I've
Trail
never
Navy.
been. I've never been to the Turner flotilla. I typically sail out of the shit. I don't have a name for this.
That place over there.
I typically sail out
Rotator
of
flotilla.
the Tater flotilla.
Rotator, translator, flipper.
Oh, okay. No, I typically sail out of the Ahab flotilla. But
be wary.
And you can call me.
yes, I know. But my condolences that your flotillas.
Well, any which way, we should probably go.
Well, I think that would be a right fine idea. Where are you all heading to anyway? And now suddenly I'm less Irish and more
West Country.
West Country.
Al-Shakek.
Yeah. Al-Shakek, that's where you need to go to next. I've never been to Al-Shakek.
Oof, it's like 2 weeks out.
2 weeks out with semi-favorable wind.
Hopefully the wind is in our favor now that we got the wind dragon.
Yeah, let's hope.
All right. She's like, well, these plans, they ain't going anywhere. But, you sound like you're on quite the interesting little adventure. Would you care for a second ship to join with you?
An escort, by chance, I would very much care for that.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna be quite as fast as your little sloop down there,
Escorts are always fun.
but you know, I got rich by never turning down a right adventure.
I mean, it's up to Ma.
Aye. I mean, we'll be going full pace, but if you can keep up.
Well, then let's sail.
Choo choo.
Perhaps here's a good place to call it.
Yep, that is exactly what I was thinking. All right. So, that was episode 9. And again, I apologize about the missing episode 8. Thank you for watching. I am James. I am the GM of Windraker. And playing today, in order of appearance, we had Castana.
Hey, I'm Tara. I played Castana. End game now.
Yeah, right. We had Captain Bird.
Hoi, I'm Luke. Played Captain Annabelle, and I'm ready to be decursed and get back to just simple killing people.
We had Sanyo.
Hey, I'm Jared. Played Suhayo. Got us to not murder some farmers.
We're gonna murder them.
I don't know, I could have gone for murdering a bunch of farmers.
Yeah, I mean, I was totally ready to not put it past you to go murder a bunch of farmers. But peace works out better. We had brain damage.
Hey, the warrior playing brain damage managed to relocate some Shaishi blacksmiths and demonstrate the power of the Shaishi special iron.
Yeah, sorry there wasn't as much for the archer this one. It was a talky episode.
You're practically a
That was okay.
person trafficker now.
Pirate stuff.
But in like a positive way. He didn't sell slaves. He freed them. Kinda. And
Redistribution.
yes, there we go. And lastly, we had our cook the peg leg. And again, sorry there was not much.
Hello. Hi. Sorry, I was not much in this episode. I was for you, Grog, the cook of the seven seas, unless they had more seas.
Morrissey's.
No Morrissey. No Morrissey.
All right, and we are the Kobold Cafe. You can catch us on Twitch at the Kobold Cafe, YouTube. You have to go.
You'll find us.
Yeah, Kobold Cafe. Twitter, Kobold Cafe, the Kobold Cafe. Like, there's a theme.
You can figure it out.
Yep. We got a lot of things. We've got a website, the Kobold Cafe.
And we have games coming, but we have no idea what they are. There's been a little bit of a shakeup here, so things are coming. But watch, enjoy, all that.
Yep. Many games. Thank you for watching, everybody. And we will be
Bye.
back next week for episode 10 of Windraker. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Now I'm allowed to say
Bye.
bye.
GG.
Bye-bye.